Now, many of you already know that NEO received a lawsuit from a Singapore wealth fund accusing them of inflating their revenues. This is the same thing that we saw obviously back in 2022 when the company by the name of Grizzly also came and posed the same allegations onto NEO. And because of those kind of news, NEO stock price was sort of like had during that period or on that day, though on the New York Stock Exchange we saw a massive bounce back because people easily saw or picked up that it was just a move to try to bring the stock price of NEO down, right? I mean, those guys, this Singapore wealth fund, they made it clear that they've lost money because of NEO's rally, and that, my friends, says a lot about the reason why they had to create or fabricate stories trying to bring down the stock price of NEO. Now, you will know that there are some analysts that have came and also weighed in. I think Deutsche Bank is one of them, weighed in on the matter and obviously flagged the fact that, look, these are the same stance that were pulled by Grizzly the previous years or in 2022, which of course it cleared everything from NEO. Now, one of the biggest bank in the world, JP Morgan, the reason why I'm telling you, also came and cleared NEO. This is what they said about that article. But before we get to that article, please like this video, subscribe, hit or click that notification bell so that at least you can be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. YouTube still tells me that some of you guys are watching and have not subscribed, and it will be good that you join the family, you join this community, because on a daily basis I'm giving you news, latest developments, latest content on exactly what is happening. And this kind of news of the lawsuit by the Singapore Wealth Fund are very important, and you should know what JP Morgan, as one of the biggest banks in the world, have to say about this. So like, share, subscribe. Let's get back to the news now. They went and said investigation results indicate that NEO's accounting policies comply with the relevant regulations, JP Morgan wrote in its research note. This was, I think, a day or two ago. JP Morgan also flagged the fact that 2022 there was another, of course, incident or short-term selling report of NEO which flagged the same sentiment. So the motive is clear, or the motive for this Singapore Wealth Fund was clear, and that is they wanted to damage the NEO stock price. They wanted to drop the stock price of NEO, and they have not been winning because, look, a lot of investors all over the world, including us as the retail investors, we are starting to see the positive sentiment that lies ahead. They're starting to see not only where NEO is at, but where it is headed. And they know for sure that the stock price of NEO, based on their current fundamentals, recent news that they have been announcing, and deliveries, they know NEO stock price, it will never go down to $5 to $4 because of the strong fundamentals that it has. And therefore they are trying to pull up other tactics to bring down the share price of NEO, which it lasted only for a couple of hours into other markets like Singapore and Hong Kong, but in the US it did not last even an hour after that report was released. The following market open session, we saw NEO bouncing back, ending the day on a green, which shows that, look, investors are wise and they know the kind of stance that some of these funds they will pull to try to bring the stock price of a company down. And it is good that, of course, and this gives me greater joy that, of course, JP Morgan came and weighed in on the matter and gave this kind of comments. It's always good to see massive support from big financial institutions, especially during a period like this. I must say, however, NEO needs to do something about some of these things because, look, there are so many. I believe that on that day, part of the reason why the stock price of NEO fell down is because a lot of the investors let go of their NEO holdings, right? They trimmed their NEO holdings, giving the shorts the power on that day to control how the market or how the NEO stock moves. And NEO should definitely take this further. I think it's only fair because some news like this will forever pop up time and again. Who would have thought that in 2025 we will be getting exactly the same accusations that were brought to NEO back in 2022. Who would have thought? But anyways, all I'm trying to share here with you here is that, look, there is a green light. It looks like this thing has been cleared out, but has been cleared out, which is very good to investor, and a very good big lesson learned to those that easily panicked, but yeah, to say that they must not just act based on what they immediately read. They must obviously give an opportunity for a company to respond to allegations before they pull a trigger to either leave a stock, to either maybe even buy more, right? It's important that, especially if you are, I mean, we are investing real money into these companies, and I therefore think that our primary purpose why we are investing and our primary purpose for investing is to make money, right? And making money, it simply means that we need to be able to do some digging, some proper due diligence before we can pull the trigger in especially on this kind of news where of course someone or some company is sharing something about the company that you own. They want to with the aim of bringing the stock price down. You must be very careful of that, and I think all of the new investors, including myself, I continue learning from this thing. I did not sell any share, but I continue learning from this thing, which is absolutely great. Otherwise, with all that, don't want to make this video too long. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will be rewarded with time. Look, man, it takes me some time to make videos like this, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up, is to subscribe, is to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you can be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I will see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.